Alright, so we're going to record a bass. I have a track that I just brought in here. We're going to rename it bass. You can set this to in or to auto when you're recording a live instrument. You also have to go into this external input menu here on the track and select which input. I'm going to be going into input 1, which is a mono input. There's the stereo. I'm going to select the mono one. Put it back to auto. I'll be monitoring it through Ableton. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to disable the microphone real quick and let's get this bass line. By the way, I have been rehearsing this for the last like 10 minutes or so before I started recording, so I don't want to put you guys through all that, just sitting there listening to me trying to rehearse something to play, so hopefully this works out. Going into preferences and changing the input will deactivate the microphone. Okay, so that was enough. I'm going to hit Command Z to get rid of this little thing at the beginning that happened from the loop. Let's listen back. Cool, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go through this real quick. I'm going to find all the little parts that I like and all the parts that I don't like, and I'm going to copy and paste and edit together a bass line that I find to be perfect. Hope that makes sense. I don't really want to do this and make you sit here while I do this because I think you all understand how that would work. Basically, I would just, you know, say, okay, I really like that, and so I'll use that. Don't like that, so I won't use that. That's cool, so for instance, like this is more powerful than this, so I would probably use that. And then go in there and show the fades and make sure that these things have decent little crossfades and stuff like that. So not gonna bore you with that. Definitely going to do that real quick while this is on pause and make you not sit through that. So I will be right back with this edited. Okay, and we're back. So here is that bass line that I was talking about. I edited it together. This one right here called high bass. Okay, so I've edited all the little parts that I thought were perfect, and I just made a nice, perfect little loop of the bass line. So let's listen. Okay, and then after that, I thought, it didn't have enough low end, so I went and recorded another bass line. This one is just really, really simple. It's basically just a couple of notes. I'll play that for you real quick. Okay, so that one is just a couple of low notes playing underneath this other one. I'll play the two together. If you see, as you can see, I called this one high bass and this one low bass. High bass is that I have a high pass filter on it right here. This EQ8 is set to roll off everything below 116, and the low bass has a funky kind of low pass filter thing going on. I've rolled off everything below 663, but then I put another dip down around 347, and I really pumped it up even more around the 41 hertz. So both of them have a limiter on it. This one's got a -9 dB, and I put the gain up about 1.6, and then this one has more of a crushing going on, so I put the ceiling at about -6, and the gain up to about 6. The low end one is the one that I'm really using a side chain on. I want the kick to really duck that one out. This high one, there is some side chain on it, but it's not going to be quite as extreme. Usually I wouldn't have it as extreme on this song in particular, though. I do really want that side chained pumping kind of effect. Both of them I did use guitar rig on. I just really simple. I just went to bass amps and selected a preset more or less. Messed with the EQ a little bit and called it a day. So not a whole lot there that you missed out on. I just didn't feel like it was necessary to show all that because it was all pretty simple and also very subjective, like the things that I did and the way that I set up guitar rig and shit. It was all based on what I like. Now the technique though is the more important part, and that's what we just went over. The fact that I used a high bass and a low bass. You can make a separate bass line for the low if you want, or oftentimes what I'll do is I'll record one bass line and then I'll just duplicate that track so that I have two of the same, and then I'll make one high bass, I'll high pass it, and then the other one I will call low bass, and instead I will low pass that one, and then put the side chain on the low one because that's one the kick is going to interfere with. So that's the other way that I usually do it. I also do that with electronic music all the time too. Have a dedicated low bass and a dedicated high bass. I just feel like it works out the best. But when I'm using a real bass guitar, I like to write two separate bass lines often. So this track is really coming together nicely. I'm not sure what else I'm going to add. I definitely feel like I want to put some kind of vocal stuff over it. Maybe some samples from some old hip hop tracks. Maybe some more keys. I'm not sure. I'm going to stop for now. As you can see, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'll continue on this at another time. So I thought I was done for the night, but then I found this cool little sound and started playing around with it and kind of came up with a cool keyboard line right here. Just this little like basic keys sound from over here. It's pretty sweet. So this little progression, basically, I don't know, it just kind of goes something like just these kinds of chords, just some jazzy stuff. So anyway, yeah, this is the pattern that I came up with, and then just kind of went in here to the MIDI notes, and any little mistakes I made just kind of messed around and put them where I wanted them real quick, what made a sense to me. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I had to record it real quick. Whenever I get a cool little idea like that, I just try and throw it down real fast. This one ended up being kind of magical, so I'm pretty stoked on it. Okay, now off to bed. Thanks guys, see you on the next one. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure and check out the next video. We're going to continue on with this song until the completion of it, and be sure and like, comment, share, subscribe. All that's greatly appreciated. Thanks guys. Peace.